Hello, everybody. I'd like to talk to you about a few things. First, about the two TNA releases. Let's see, I read this morning on 411 Mania that Karen Angle and Johnny Devine have been released. And then in the WWE that Lance Cade has been released. Well, let me give you my quick thoughts about that. First of all, the Karen release is not really a shocking one since she was going through a nasty divorce with Kurt Angle, and I feel like most people, it was kind of affecting TNA in a way. So TNA thought it'd be best for TNA to let her go because of the problems that she was going through with Kurt Angle. So I felt that this one was kind of a really not surprising release because you kind of saw that coming. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, you gotta feel bad for her in a way because she has no job, but at the same time, it's affecting business, and you can't mix a nasty divorce or what two people are going through in a company and mix that with TNA. You just can't do that. So I feel that TNA made the right move by letting Karen Angle go. I mean, it's a shame because she's not gonna have a job, but I mean, she'll probably find something somewhere else, but it's a shame because they were doing some good things with her with the Karen Corner, even though some people really didn't like it. I kind of liked it. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. I mean, she talked to superstars and tell them about stuff that's going on and other stuff like that. But I mean, you just got to look at it this way. TNA had to do what they had to do because any more of the drama, and it would have been affecting business more worse than it already has. So that's my quick thoughts on that. Let me talk about the Johnny Devine release. When I heard that, I was like, it's a good move because I see Johnny Devine was really not doing anything in TNA. He was just kind of just floating around in TNA, and TNA wasn't using him. I mean, he was really just jobbing around in TNA, and I felt that this was a good move for TNA to let him go because really, like I said before, the man wasn't doing anything. So TNA, I mean, it was the best move to let him go because what were we gonna do? I mean, what was he gonna be doing? Just jobbing to stars? And apparently he asked for his release, so because he felt the same way that I felt about him, the man wasn't doing anything, and I thought it was a good release. So my thoughts are, I mean, he'll probably work a few of the independent scenes, and maybe he'll have something to, maybe he might be in the WWE sometime in the future. Who knows? We'll probably see him soon. Now, let me give you my thoughts on the Lance Cade release. I mean, this was shocking when I read this. I mean, they had so many plans. I mean, it looked like they were going to have plans for Lance Cade. I mean, they were going to probably set him up in a feud with Shawn Michaels. That feud had some kind of a promise. They had something for him, and they just released him. It was like, wow, why would you release him? I mean, you had a nice program going on with Shawn Michaels, and you just released him, and I'm just scratching my head on that, like, why would you release the man? The man was doing real good. I mean, he wasn't that bad of a wrestler, and if he would have worked on the mic a little bit, he would have been real good. So I just don't know. I'm just confused. I don't know why they released him, but who knows? You might see him in TNA sometime in the future, maybe. But all I can say is I just don't like this. I just don't like him being released because there was so much promise of what they could do with him. But who knows? This is WWE we're talking about. Anyhow, I'd like to give you my last and quick thoughts about Sting being world champion. I just don't like the idea of Sting being world champion. I mean, I was in California for a couple days, and Sunday I check on the computer and I see I see that Sting's world champion, and I'm like, Why did TNA give the belt to Sting? I mean, they had so much promise with Samoa Joe, even though, in my opinion, Samoa Joe's title reign was a joke. I mean, they made him look like a fool, someone who just looks soft to me, someone whose booking was not handled right, and just as like CM Punk's booking was not handled right. In my opinion, they was, like I said before, there was so much promise with Samoa Joe being world champion, and here we go. We give Sting the world title again for the third straight year at Bound for Glory, and I'm scratching my head like, why would you give this guy the world title? I mean, he's gonna lose it, and here's a spoiler: he's gonna lose it to AJ Styles. I mean, what is the whole point of giving him the world title? The man's not gonna be on any house shows, as I read on 411 Mania. You probably won't see him in that many impacts, maybe 2 or 3 impacts. I mean, why would TNA give this man the world title? I mean, I thought they were pushing new talent. Why are you pushing old talent like Sting? The man clearly, I have nothing against Sting, but this was a bad move on TNA for giving this man the belt, and him losing it in a month doesn't do any justice either. I just really don't understand why this is happening. I really don't understand why TNA gave him the belt. I mean, there's no words that can describe why they gave the man the belt. But we'll have to see what they'll do, even though, in my opinion, he's going to lose the belt to AJ Styles, because they're going with the promo. They're going with the thing with him and AJ Styles going at it for the title, and I think AJ Styles will beat him. But I just don't know. Anyhow, those are my quick thoughts. I'm sorry for not putting more thought or more emphasis. This is my second video, so as you see in the coming videos you'll see that I will improve more on talking and everything else, but just give me a break on this one, because I mean, this is the best how I can explain things. But anyway, this is me, Carlos, and hope to give you another video of what's going on in the world of wrestling and my thoughts on everything else. Peace.